Yeah, absolutely.
So how many are in each cage? Is it just one each?
And are they all?
Oh no. No. There's
5 foot squares, are there?
10.
We're going to get an army.
So
we need to find out
that
if they're all in use, don't we?
60
Really?
foot diameter.
Talking about
5 feet squares.
10 foot squares.
10 foot squares.
So the main thing is 60 foot diameter.
Okay, so from the edge of the field, I will be able to see through Jinx's eyes now into this one and this kind
But
of
Jinx
area
can look
here.
and then come back, can't
Yeah. After that, she can just.
Sorry.
It's alright. It's alright. She's gender fluid and physically fluid. She can be a spider if she wants to be, which is handy. Because I want to know where she is, and I want to see if there are any like alarm klaxons or.
Oh no! Look, we can get to the pit without going across the other side. I didn't realise. That's cool.
Oh, so we go down without having to go down the other side,
Although,
I'm getting it wrong.
is that those what look like gates?
Gates, yeah.
Yes.
And what's this? A battlement? Something?
Who's strong? Like really strong?
No.
+1,
Not
which
me.
is really strong compared to you.
Yeah.
I'm 20.
Yeah.
We might need some of that 20 to open those gates.
We're not going in the gates.
The gates are bigger than this.
We're not going.
Big pardon?
In height.
We're not going to
Oh.
the gates.
We're not going in the gates.
Right.
That's
Can I
this
just-
is all
Can I
inside.
just
Nice.
Yeah.
reiterate the point? We're not
Don't have to
going
do that.
in.
So Mike says we've got
The
to go in the
gates.
gates.
Do you reckon we just like base jump into it?
We see last
Nobody's got
session,
free fall.
Nathan nearly got
Cheers,
a
mate.
ring of featherfall. And I was thinking, yeah,
Nearly.
exactly that.
Oh yeah.
Parachute down. Paratroopers.
No.
So I think you can, definitely something you can do.
If we have ring of feather.
Go high
Well,
up,
I'm
come
fine.
Down, jump to the top, land.
But I'm the only
Everyone
one who's
watches too
fine.
much James Bond films.
It's got to be done. Action movie D&D.
Yeah.
Right, so we're down.
You've landed, you're
apparently.
in the fields. They are stepped.
You're on, baby.
There you go.
So if we move.
Can we see?
Absolutely.
You can see that from your vantage point, because you're slightly stepped and elevated from where you are, and the light from the fires and a couple of the fires
Have we
going
got
around
any
in the
bad?
main circle. You can see two guards walking around.
Have we got guards to walk around?
I do have guards to walk around. At all positions. We've got one over here. He's kind of just walking that way, and he's just walked
A
past.
tad two-dimensional.
Yep.
You probably can't get minis for
Ooh, where's he gone? Can't see him anymore.
So I would do the
Oh, that's it.
the dirt wall just along where we got the line there. Make it easy.
Well, that was he said. Yeah, big
No.
one in fact.
No.
And that takes me 2 minutes to do the whole thing.
Okay, that's fine. You haven't disturbed them. They haven't heard anything. They're just continuing their
Nathan, do your doings.
march.
So
Just for camera's sake, we'll move them. See, make me see.
oh, okay.
The battle cam.
So
Can we suggest the Griffins to go attack them?
I think it's a fairly obvious attack.
Yeah, if at all possible, we'd like to be sneaky.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, but
could we suggest that they hover nearby in case one of us
I would
gets thrown
say-
off the mountain?
Yeah, I would say keep them behind the wall.
Yeah, no, just wondering
And
if
then-
it came to it and we were getting to comeback, would they
I can always blow the whistle that I've got, and then they'll come.
Yeah, maybe we get them in hover mode, just in case we need to be helicoptered
well,
out.
5 Griffins attacking one of those things should keep one quiet for a while. That's better. So get on with your
Okay.
wrecking, baby.
Yeah, we're doing it again.
Yeah. So
Doing it
Jinx.
again, Mark.
Jinx is going to start to fly, and because Nathan knows that she was often in here, sometimes even at this time of night, will go straight, he'll fly straight high, above 30 feet, but high towards, and I'll be looking through her eyes for the entire time. Seeing...
And how big are these things?
Yak?
Oh, yeah.
They're about 8 foot tall.
Okay.
And about
And heavily built.
20 foot wide.
Yeah.
So yeah, as you fly towards, it's that particular hut, the big hut in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's built on higher ground, and it is, as you already said, 60 foot diameter. You also see off on the side, it's got a beaded curtain entrance, and none of them have doors. It's just straight in, straight
So
out.
you can't sneak in.
Yeah. As it pops in through the chimney, whoosh, disappears into the smoke, and finds somewhere to kind of perch. The interior of the hut is basically one large chamber. Very, very basic. There's a 10-foot diameter circular pit in the middle, which is where you remember from being in that area. That's where they used to meet. So it's just an indent, circular area with loads of cushions and pillows and things like that. There's a big throne next to that. So all the Yakfat would have to sit lower than their chief. You also see, I'll try and describe the scene. So there are two makeshift beds on one side of the hut, which look like there's two male humanoids laying there, unconscious, dressed in kind of leather straps, and they are tied down, but they're asleep or unconscious or whatever. Standing between the two of them is one of the female Jacaria, dressed in robes, and she has both palms, or hoof palms, on their foreheads, and you can see that she's got her eyes closed and she's slowly chanting. The other side of the hut, you see what appears to be the chief. He's just helping himself to food. There's a big dining table, lots of food has been served, fish, fruit and veg. He's sitting there with another female Jacaria, again all dressed in robes. And you see slightly beyond them into a dark area of the room, there looks to be like a cross of two wooden pillars being bound together, and then hanging there loosely is a partially naked female, hair all kind of matted and blood drawn. She's just hanging there. Her legs are tied, and it looks like she's actually been crucified.
So she's nailed in there.
Her wrists are nailed, her feet are tied.
A female humanoid.
Not
a female yak, pity.
Yeah, not yak.
Okay.
Elven human could be
Maybe.
Yeah.
So a mate.
So we've got 2 female, 1 male. 2 female, 1 male. We've got 2 male on the guard.
We've got another guard over the other side.
Yeah.
We haven't seen him yet.
Oh yeah.
There is a small pit fire in there as well, which they use for warmth more than sort of cooking. Near the doorway is the bronze gong with a wooden mallet. It's just in case anything does happen, they can alert the guards, so to speak.
Right. So
Sound
that's the
the
alarm.
So that's what we've got to silence.
Yeah.
Well, Jinx can steal a mallet, but I would only be reduced in a minor
I love the idea of
inconvenience.
just running off with the mallet. It's
Absolutely.
like some sort of
Come
like
back
Benny
here.
Hill sketch.
Totally ruined it. You can't do
So
anything.
then,
Just
what am I
chasing
going to
after
do with
this
this
mallet.
now? This big gong. Oh.
Totally quite useless.
Turns around and bangs his head against it.
Yeah.
Oh no! Oh, that works. Well, I could set fire to it. If I were in the room with it, I could set a bonfire underneath it so it couldn't be used.
I think they might give it away.
Yeah.
There is carry on doing this.
If anybody was
If
going for the gong,
If we do have to make a direct thing, I can do something with the gong, I'm sure.
So,
To make sure it doesn't.
do you want to start that one and work your way around?
yeah. we can assume that. I would assume that that's probably Alani, but that's an assumption, isn't it?
And we take the females of the
Yeah.
male
the
users,
spell
so-
Yeah.
casters.
He's got
Oh, that
two
one
wives. The chief's has got two wives, and so the chief's so it's probably his two wives, and they're both spellcasters.
Okay.
So we've got silence there as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could try to. If they were in the range of the hypnotic pattern.
They might both fall underneath it.
Yeah.
Can you cast a hypnotic pattern via?
No.
No.
Only touch spells. Only shocking grasp, which is the
How do you
only.
do it?
I can if I forgo
That's
my
nifty.
action. Yeah. I
Alright.
can prepare one and she can
Yeah.
deliver.
Have you got a fireball?
No.
Have you got a fireball?
No.
Hmm.
No, druids don't get really any attacking spells. They get
Well, what
passive.
about you? You're warlock.
They get
I am
battlefield
warlock,
control
aren't
spells.
I?
Don't you get a fireball?
No.
Wizards and sorcerers.
No.
I get tidal wave, but
Yeah. Exactly.
I prepared tidal wave as well.
And
It's my emergency button.
So what we can do is get all the outfolk on the bridge and then do tidal wave.
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Or we could just like cut the ropes. That
So-
would probably also do the same
Yeah.
thing.
Yes.
But
Set a fire at both
Yeah.
ends.
I can set fire to that. Right, okay. So we'll, if we're happy with
Carry on
what's in
looking.
there,
Yeah, we've seen them.
yeah, we can get Jinx to fly back out through the chimney and
then
So
work
start,
our
start,
way.
yeah, start on this
that
one.
start on
and
this
then work our
one
way around
Yeah.
and work our way around and see.
what we got.
Yeah,
How many yaks we're up?
yeah,
And how many prisoners?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so how many
So
might
3
be in
so
this
far.
one and this one? And it'll take a while, sadly.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time.
We can always come back.
Because
Right.
Could always go
in
back to mine.
theory, you want to
She
see,
might be dead, but that's fine.
we want to see if they change the yak guard, whether they give up the guard or what.
Mm. Yeah.
Because we've got 8 hours or so of
Yeah.
night time.
So
Yeah. So we know that there are 3 in there
Plan
and
pull.
2 human
yeah,
and 2 humanoid and 1 humanoid female. Okay. And then so Jinx flies out and flies across, and we're starting looking at this one to see what we find.
As it flies in, it's a typical barn. So it holds foodstuffs and everything else. You see in the cage there is another locked up person, humanoid. Could be elf, could be human.
Okay.
But it is a barn. You also find one Yakaria male is in there as well.
so
Okay.
it's gonna be-
In
And that was what we were
in the cage,
Not in the cage, in the
In the barn
in the barn. Okay.
and through to the little hut.
hut. Looks like to be the sleeping quarters. So you've got there's a couple of beds. Again, they don't have much in terms of furniture. They don't have much. They keep masks and items hanging on the wall, but
Okay.
the ceiling is all sort of thatch roof, so everything's pretty basic. They're quite actually Lucaria are quite hardy folk. They don't need much. They pray, and the point of having slaves is they don't need to work.
Well, I can.
Lots of
They don't see that one.
It's not unreasonable.
Mark wants to work
Guess
for
we
me.
went
He knows.
around to.
Yeah, that would be once.
Oh, you working clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Let's go Widdershins, shall we? Let's go, just because I like the word.
As I say,
Anti-clockwise.
This-
Counterclockwise.
This is, as you remember, this is the dairy.
Yes.
Which one's that? This is
Avert your eyes.
And you find there's one Eukarya male sitting in his little
Being
chair,
milked.
smoking away.
Right.
Are we smoking?
Yeah, they do like lead
Smoking
pipes.
Right. When he's being milked, is he?
And
Or
which
is
one?
he?
Which one is it? The first.
Post-milking cigarettes.
So that's the first hut, is it? Yeah.
that's this one, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these are.
That's all interconnected in all of that area. It's all the dairy, the storage, and it's just
Oh,
one.
and only one.
One Eukarya.
And slave-wise, anything?
Yeah,
else?
same again. You've got one in there. in a cage.
Yeah.
It's 5.
5, yeah. And a couple of slaves. And 3 slaves, but okay.
Next one, 4. Number 4, single one.
This one here.
So
That one is another barn. Also mostly storage, but you've got one Yakaria male who's again sitting there.
there's not many of them sleeping, are there?
Can I ask like a mechanical game? Because Mathan can now see magical things.
Mm-hmm.
When he's seeing through the eyes of my familiar, would I still be able to see magical things?
No.
Fair enough.
No, it's personal range.
Okay.
So you're currently using the familiar sensors at the moment.
So 1 male in that one.
Okay.
And the cage?
Okay.
Cage.
Same again, just one.
1 slave. Coming over to the next roundel.
My student flat. This
You
year.
could see that one. Same again. You've got one Yakaria. This one is actually sleeping.
Good.
Night.
Night.
But that's just a basic hut. So that's it. House quarters. Then you cross over into the garden. You've got a slave in both cages.
Garden.
One in each. And then into the next one across. That is also a hut, a sleeping hut. You've got 2 Yakaria warriors.
That's creeping
Yakaria
up.
males in there.
That is creeping up, that number, isn't it?
2,
That's
4,
11.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 2 females. At the moment.
Right, so.
Direct action is.
Charge straight in.
That's
That's the way of doing it.
Direct action is.
Maybe not.
Maybe.
Well, let's
Great idea.
just finish off, see if there's any more.
So that one.
Yeah.
That one. Unless there's -4.
Swedish plan.
It's another living hut, another living quarters. You've got 2 Yakaria males,
Oh, wonderful.
both sleeping.
Lovely.
So they're probably
Out of
the
interest,
later.
are they wearing armour?
They wear a mixture of padded and leather.
So they are.
2, 3, 4, 5.
You're thinking they might need to don it before they get us.
That's what I was hoping. I
Yes.
was hoping it was going to be like they're all wearing heavy armour.
You go sometimes.
Allow them 10 minutes to put their armour on.
13 at the moment total. Now, do you want
Mind
to
you,
come over?
can we get? You won't be able to see that far, will you? Because you'll have to move
No,
up.
but he-
Jinx
Jinx
can
would do.
Jinx can
If he
go
sends
over
Jinx
across,
off to do these ones,
Right. I'm going to assume that there's either like 2, 4, 6 over there anyway.
but let's just go check out.
Yeah.
So we
No,
can
there's
send
more
Jinx
cages over
off
there too. That's going to be
to
bad.
to go bum bum bum,
Yeah.
right?
Absolutely. So,
So all the way around.
yeah.
Yep.
Should we
Okay,
have
so
to
bottom
help them
one.
see? But
Bottom one is a barn with basic storage.
Yep.
You've got
that could be where some useful stuff is.
there's one Yakaria male in there. You've also got a couple of boars in there.
Boars. Politicians.
Right.
Boars.
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 And you've got
Wild
one,
boars.
one slave in the cage.
Yep.
Next to it, the little hut next to it, is also a hut with one Yakaria male. And there's 2 cages further up. You've got 1 in each cage.
Mhm.
That hut is currently empty,
Oh,
Lovely.
bloody hell,
Jackpot.
whatever.
Wicked.
but that's only because, as you saw from
That's his home.
when your recon, he's going in and out.
Oh, I see.
Okay, he's just going between the 2.
Right.
10.
And the big one.
Mill or whatever.
The mill is the mill, and there's one Yakaria male inside, working with the mill.
They're still working.
He's still working, yes.
And any slaves?
No slaves in there, no.
So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's about probably 11 slaves.
That's what I made it. Yeah.
3 captured in there.
I could set fire to the mill.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I'm thinking that's probably a good idea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hopefully,
If
all of
they-
them will.
If they
No,
do
they
that,
haven't got the bridge
then,
down.
but you said they would kill the slaves.
They'd kill the slaves, I would have thought, but if they thought there was an accident necessarily, might not.
I reckon, yeah. So
Yeah.
I reckon we do the fire plan and see if we can draw them out.
Did we mention that last
We did.
time?
We did.
Yes.
If we want to make it Is it particularly cold up here?
Would they put the fire out
It is,
themselves,
I mean,
or would they get the slaves to go across to put the fire out?
Well, if they
They'd
do
probably
that, we can fly in and pinch them, can't we?
They'd probably supervise.
Because I could make it look somewhat natural.
That's somewhat natural.
Yeah, because we've got a big old waterfall here.
Yep.
Yeah.
If I go up the top of it, I can send whopping great big ice cubes off there, so it seems like there's been a shift in the ice.
Okay.
That would cause problems with the water wheel and might draw their attention. And not think it's
I like the
unnatural.
idea of fire myself, but
Fire just makes me think of, we haven't really seen anything
No.
that would allow that to get out of control.
Well, I could give the because I could make a major image, so I could give the impression that it's on fire, or I could create bonfire so it actually is on fire, the roof at least.
just think if we set fire to the middle, it's twofold then. It helps stuff the water wheel anyway, and they're more likely then to react to go to the mill. And also, there's no slaves nearby. So we have 3 slaves here, but you know we might have to face that. We're not necessarily.
I don't think we're going to be able to save those ones.
So I
Do you like the thought of isolating
my vote is
parts?
set fire to this, and then see what we can thin out here.
Yep.
If they send the slaves over, we'll then do that. And still, we've got yours now. That's the trouble. We're still
See,
gonna be in
the
there.
problem is I just think they're going to kill the slaves if we set fire to it.
I don't think
Because to set fire makes it look like it's an attack.
No, just fire. You wouldn't think,
Oh,
we're under attack. It's just
Yeah,
like
but
fire.
they haven't got any
They can't
fires
see
there.
anything else. Well, they've got fires, haven't they? These
I don't know. Is that? I
That
can't
was-
remember. Is
that was the
one
mill.
unlight? Is there a light coming from the mill?
Set fire in the middle.
And there's a small fire pit in every part.
Nathan,
Yeah.
in your
It's just
time
you use
do
it
you
for
remember
warmth.
any fires?
Yes.
Fantastic.
There's fire everywhere.
Crashing fire
It's virtually on fire all the time. It was a disaster. It was a health and safety nightmare.
It's wooden bearings on that construction. It's probably always
It was like one of those. It's like one of those pictures when you had as a child where you have to identify all the risks with the baby playing with the iron, the bare wires. That's right. It was just like that. You're like, oh yes, there's a problem.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter what we do. We need something that's going to attract their attention and make them push off over there.
It would be better if we could get as many people over there as possible. You know.
But presumably the 2 females will still stay here.
What would happen if we set the doors loose?
They're probably trained, aren't they?
I would think, well,
Well,
not
you give a
trained,
monkey
but
back the
they
balls,
would,
would
they would just give them food and lure them back.
There's got to be something that is threatening them, and I think the mill's obviously the biggest thing to threaten.
Yeah.
They would take notice of
See, once
something
they're
happening.
over there, they could be sleet stormed, and then they would take a long time to get back at least.
Well,
We've got
when we're
2
talking
sleet
about
Just
storms.
We just cut the bridge.
Yeah.
If it's a rope bridge, we just cut it. But
We could do that
you
even
came up
before,
with the
couldn't we?
thing.
Well,
we could.
Couldn't we do that stealthily? Could we not just griffin down even before we take any of these actions and just cut the bridge? Because there are no.
Yeah, but then there's
Yeah,
lots
but
of
then
stuff on this side.
most-
of the
most-
We want them over there before we go.
Yeah.
we're trying to thin them out a bit.
Literally,
If we
we're
set
gonna
the-
go over those,
There's
we'll
14
stop
males
everyone
and
in
2
half.
females,
Yeah.
and there's
If we get everyone out, we will still have to
5 of
1
us.
male, 2 females.
They would if they were all coming this way. If we can do them this way, they're sitting ducks. Because they've got a 10-foot wall in front of them. They're going to move a quarter speed across all of this, which is 60 odd foot. You guys have got bows and ranged weapons.
Yeah,
yeah,
we've got.
They'll have bows and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we'll have cover.
You'll have cover, total cover, which you can hide behind, so they can't attack.
Yeah, but can we fire them when we're in total cover? We
You
can't
just
attack
go,
them.
you pop up, fire, pop down again.
I could if you
Snipe,
wanted
snipe.
to. I
Yeah.
could get because I can make massive
Then they're going to have
images now, big illusions.
But then that's
They're going to have free range to kill them.
Yeah.
but I think the slaves are dying. If we set fire to it, they're just going to kill the slaves.
I don't know if there's a fire. You're not going to kill the slaves because there's a fire, are they? If they
Well,
see
they
it
think
as an
it's
attack, they'll kill them. But just as a
Yeah, but we're going to have to go over there where that guard is going backwards and forwards.
That's true. One of us will certainly. Possibly.
And setting fire to it is.
We can do that from the Griffin.
Yeah, but he'll see us.
Yeah,
we've got the Griffin as well.
Yeah, but how
It's
would
like
we
within
set
10
fire to
foot.
it?
Well, I'm sure someone's got a spell. I thought we were talking about spelling wires to set fire.
Yeah, but I think
Well,
it's
it's
just
only
using the opal thing, which is
Yeah,
10.
I mean it's only. I've
10
only got a
foot.
30. Yeah, I've got a 30-foot range for
bonfire.
bonfire.
No,
I
it's
could
not
go
good enough,
across
is it?
there invisibly anyway, because I can be invisible. Well, two of us can be invisible.
Well,
But I
the
can
Griffin
also-
could be invisible.
But that's using
That-
hypnotic spell for you.
Yeah, because
Reach.
that's one. Yes, because bonfire is a cantrip,
Okay.
so I would still have one. And then if I used an action, I can use my roll to get another spell back. But I could, if we wanted it to be slightly differently, I could create the image of Cinderhild, the giant girl, basically having a massive tantrum in the middle of one of these, demanding to speak to the chief, saying, "I want a new doll. I want a new toy," and stamping around here. I mean, it's big enough.
Also, just as a thing, you mentioned about if we do anything with the mill, and that's powering this.
They might notice.
Yeah, we might have
We might be-
giants,
Yeah, we'll
which
be out of there.
which would be a bigger problem.
Will we be out of there before?
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know how quickly they'll react.
I very much doubt the bottom of the mountain,
Yeah, but there might be an awful lot of layers to it.
and they've got to get up.
Yeah.
Do we know what this is?
I don't know what it is. I guess I don't know what that is.
Stairs.
Stairs.
This is alternative.
So
That's for when we break the lift, they can still come up.
Yes. Oh no. We're
I
not
think
going
stairs is
downstairs.
probably safer than the lift.
I would have thought so.
We're not going anywhere.
But I could create an image of a giant, a very realistic image of a giant, asking people, drawing
Well,
the village
that's,
over.
I mean, you know, we're going to come up with an answer. My vote is fire.
We
That's
could have something like a griffin or something like that. Fly an image of a griffin rather than an actual griffin. Fly down into here, because they might just see it as it's messing with the crops. Let's see if we can try and deal with it, rather than
How's that
and
gonna solve the
that might lure them
Doesn't-
here,
Yeah,
and then I can slow their movement to basically nothing. And you guys can
but
shoot
it's
them.
like a dozen of them.
Yeah, there's,
Can we not-
It's going to be
there's 14 or 16 of them.
Yeah, no, I get
And
that, but
assuming
we're
it
dealing
takes
with.
us-
I would think for Griffin, they might have both of the guards look over this way.
Yeah, but assume it takes us
Oh, I see what you mean.
5 rounds
No.
to kill one, all of us. Yeah, with firing, and there's 16 of them.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of
Could
that,
be.
but we might
So
just
they-
deal with those guards
Yeah,
But to get the guards out of the picture first.
because I don't think
At
those
least
guards
get
would
that
move
one
for the
guy.
fire.
all dead.
I think they would respond to whatever he does.
I reckon he'll be setting a panic. There's a fire, and then we
Incident-
don't know.
Incidentally,
There's
when
only
you
one person who knows.
with your invisibility, when you cast bonfire, that will disappear.
Yeah, it will.
So you've got to make it all the way back from there on your own, visible.
Nah, it's a bit dangerous.
No, that's not a runner.
It's not going to work. Could you create an image of a dragon or something rather than
I could create
Giant.
an image of
well,
anything
then
really.
that might cause giants to come. So maybe not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But a natural phenomenon.
Like I say, I can drop the ice cubes down the waterfall, and again, it's like the Earth. I can do 5-foot cubes of ice.
Mm.
And that would knacker it so that
That would knacker it so that
the
they're
giants would be.
Yeah,
the
but-
giants would be slower coming up, but
It's-
I don't like that idea.
It's the same thing if we burn it. If
Yeah,
we,
it's-
we stop it. So if we
But they
burn
might-
it, it's
they
bad,
might-
But if we
If
knock
we
it
send
out,
like
it's good.
if we send like 2 ice blocks down, they might at least draw, because that's much more natural than setting it on fire.
I would have thought living in a straw building with a fire in the middle is pretty natural to have a fire. It can't be the first time they've had this happen.
I don't know, they could. It depends what they're like. They could just
We don't
kill
know.
everybody even if there's
Yeah.
any kind of disturbance.
That's yeah.
Ultimately.
Why would they do that?
Why? Because they're evil
Yeah.
bastards.
If they were under attack, I
risk-
think that'd be a problem, and they'd be. But we've got to remember, there is 14 males.
I don't see why they would. I mean, if you attack them, then they'd probably kill everybody just as a precaution.
Yeah.
But
Setting
some
fire
kind
to-
of accident, anything like that, then slaves are pretty hard to come by.
Yeah,
I mean, they're up in the mountains. They don't just.
Someone
One on
run
every
rung
day.
the gong. Kill! It's like, shit! I just fell over.
Thing is though, if I am
Get some more slaves, please.
if I am seen,
You could train a slave. It's hard to train.
No, I'm sorry, we're only at slave con 3. We can't kill them yet.
if I am seen, then obviously it's an attack.
Yeah.
So it all relies on Mathan getting across there, lighting the fire, and then in some way getting back without the alarm.
Yeah.
How
You
long
go.
does your invisibility last?
Oh, long enough. It's just
Yeah, okay.
It's just it will drop when you cast the spell.
yeah,
Right.
Well, can't you do it from? what's
Can you
the
take
range
some
of it?
matches then?
the range of
30 foot.
30 foot.
30. Not great. I don't even know.
Do
So,
And
could
Jinx can't do it.
Jinx can't light a fire. Jinx could, drop a torch on there, but then again, Jinx would be seen.
So could you hide behind the hut and set fire to it
Mind
from
you,
there
Jinx,
and then be
can you
invisible
cast
again?
invisibility at will?
Yes.
Well, that's it then. Okay.
So Jinx could theoretically hold an invisible torch.
No,
because
it's
I don't
not.
know.
The torch would be visible.
Yeah.
But he could basically extend the fire out slightly, so it looks like it might be a little bit more precarious. But we've still got those 2 guards here and the one over there.
Yeah.
And
That's what the one
at that range, you can't really do much to communicate with Jinx.
No, at all.
But you can just tell Jinx, go light the fire.
And this is all lighted fatally, is it? So they can...
Or we just wait till they all go to sleep.
I don't know.
Well, that's.
I get the suspicion that these are going to stay awake
Or be swapped.
be
The ones,
Yeah,
that,
I think
the ones
they'll-
that are asleep at the moment will
Yeah.
swap over.
Yeah.
But we might have 2 awake that are wandering around here and 1 over there, and then the others are actually asleep.
I would have thought that these 2 that are guarding here would be the first to react to this because they're up and guarding. So if he started screaming, "Oh, there's a fire," I reckon those 2 would be the first to go.
We're going to have to get into there, aren't we? Irrespective.
Yeah.
That's where Halani is.
Yes. To
And
do that, we will need as many over here as we can. If they don't come over,
How
we'll
many are
start.
on that side?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
So we could potentially cut off that side by getting rid of the bridge,
Yeah.
Yeah, that.
which leaves us with 8, was it?
that
There's
no,
3 over that side, Mark.
no, it's 4.
One in there,
One
one
in.
in there, one in there, and then him.
Yeah, because it's 15.
Okay, so we have 11 on this side, including the 2 guards.
And 2
I
female.
could try. If I
Well,
say
he's the
can't.
one on there, isn't he? He's the one going.
yeah,
So 1, 2, 3, 4. Or 1, 2, 3 over here. One of the rooms was
Oh.
empty.
Okay, yeah.
I think. Wasn't he the one going back?
I think there were 2 in one of them. Right? But anyway, it's
Just
that's
minimize-
beside the point. Really.
yeah. I think, although it
Probably enough for us to handle as it is without the other.
yeah, exactly.
See, if there was something over that side, would he ask for the guards to come from over here? He'd probably just get one of the people who are all, because they're all awake over there. He'd just probably get another one to come out and have a look.
We don't know. But it's more than likely a disturbance that they're going to come across.
We
Yeah.
would hope
We
so.
don't know.
You would hope so.
Decision time, kids.
Could you ever see that
Otherwise
work?
we're going to be here forever.
Yeah.
Would you be able to create an image of it
Yeah.
working? Would
Yeah.
that draw them out?
I could
I
do
don't
it.
think they'd worry about them.
What, the giants
Giants
coming up?
coming up or down.
I don't know. How would the folk react
Oh
to
well.
the giants coming? Or does Mathan know? Would
Well,
Mathan know?
I think Mathan saw the interaction between the giants and the Akfolk when I was passed across.
Most of the time it's to move the slaves down, and you'd have a fire giant in the lift.
So, would I notice if there had been like a respectful or an acrimonious exchange? If was there any kind of like?
Certainly not respectful.
Okay. So they might not give a monkeys. But they might be. They're likely to be afraid though, because obviously they're bloody giants.
And that's normal thing to be afraid of.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have thought they would be likely just to hand over slaves just for the hell of it. So I presume that the presence of a fire giant would be enough to cause them some concern.
So what's the time now?
6 in the morning.
Let's say it's just past midnight.
And they're still up and around.
Some of them are. They'll be going, some of them, you know, be going to sleep at different times
So
or
let's-
whatever.
Put Jinx back into the main hut
Right.
and see what's happening.
Same thing. Priestess is there, still sort of muttering away. Looks like the chief is settling down and having a smoke.
What is it, Chief? Is it okay? Because can Jinx see if it actually is Halani?
You have to get up very, very close.
Should I do that? Should I get it? Should I risk it?
So she can't see you, can she? So there's no difference, is it?
And there's nobody, none of them are near it. Her.
So there's no risk.
In her
Whoever it is.
condition, she might whimper anyway.
Okay.
Well, she's not going to see you, is she?
So in that case,
But if they have to, has to go
Yeah.
and like part her hair, then
well, I
there
didn't.
might be something.
We didn't see Halani anyway, or at least there were lots of slaves. But
So we're assuming it's her.
yeah, it's a it's a
Which is
fair
why she-
assumption.
Why she's
Yeah,
contacted you, because she's obviously in.
I think it's a fair assumption, isn't it? I don't want to risk.
The only other thing we could do potentially is sneak up to here and take out one of them as quickly as we can, as quietly as we can, drag away the body, do the same thing again.
Yeah, this is what we've got to look at. What
I
we
think that's a safer option,
Probably.
and then we can then at least
Pick
go
them off one
round,
at a time.
pick them off one at a time, going round.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I think
Yeah. So these
I
these
think-
two are just walking about.
because
are
they're
they
going to
not
be
Yeah,
they're pretty much
they're
not
opposite of
talking or
one
anything.
another.
No, they look to be the only kind of guards.
moving or anything.
And it's-
as you
Yeah.
think.
Okay.
But yeah,
look behind you.
they'd rather at night. They'd rather trust them than
Yeah.
try and trust the slaves to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's another one wants to come.
Theoretically, well, I'm not surprised. I could try to get some kind of make an image of something to try and coax this one to join, so they're both together.
Well, even if it's just we wait
Do something
here
so
on
they
the edge
can
of here,
come off.
basically hiding, attack at the when they get around here, drag the body around the back,
Well, there's
do the
one-
same thing again.
In that end one there,
There's one.
there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we could wait till he's asleep, go in there, slit his throat.
Yeah, but we need to. I would say
Right.
we just wait till they get to like there. A whole round of attacks here, all with advantage, is probably going to be quite effective.
It's just noise, isn't it?
This one, that's the entrance.
We're going to
way,
hear
isn't
him
it?
fall, but then we just drag him round. So that's 12 seconds effectively.
You are assuming that we all hit.
Yeah, but you are going to have advantage.
And then we kill him in one go.
That's more what I'm assuming, is that we're going to kill him in one go. But
Has anybody got any attacks which stun or incapacitate or in any way shuts them up for a little while?
You can do that, can't you? If you reduce somebody to 0, you can opt to.
you can with melee attacks, not with ranged.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to be bloody strong to knock him out with a single punch.
Well, you know,
Wouldn't
Yeah,
let
You've
reach
been
him.
working out.
11, no, maybe not.
Okay.
Yeah, I think because they're going to be round sort of from here to coming in closer to the left side. And if they're opposite one another, it gives us at least a little bit of time.
We can, and we've got
Because you'll
our.
get sneak attack damage.
We have got our
I
sleeves.
can put an abjure enemy on it, which means its speed will be reduced to 0 and it'll be frightened. But whether that means it will start screaming, it's hard to
Yeah.
say, isn't it?
Yeah, that's.
Probably will.
I would think so.
But it will keep it out of the run.
But we can effectively have everyone just go, okay, on count to 3, we'll fire at that one thing.
Whatever happens, we need to get into that central
Yeah.
roundel before.
We can't do anything whilst those two
But
guards
it's
are
no
there.
good us being in there and then having 10 of those coming in after us with stuff, and the
Isn't.
fact that we've got.
But we could sleep storm outside, so it takes a long time for anybody to come in.
Sleet Storm doesn't look natural though.
No,
That's my concern.
The effects would still be the same, though, wouldn't they? They would still restrict their movement.
What is the actual wording of sleeves?
It makes them have. Let's get the page number.
So it says, until the spell ends, freezing rain and sleet fall in a 20-foot cylinder with a 40-foot radius centred on a point you choose. The area is heavily obscured, exposed flames are doused. The ground is covered with slick ice, making it difficult terrain. When a creature enters the spell's area for the first time on its turn, it must make a dexterity saving throw, which they're crap at. And they fail, fall, and fall prone. If a creature starts its turn in the spell's area, if a creature starts and is concentrated on a spell, so then it must make a saving throw as well to maintain concentration.
We've got to thin down the numbers.
I just think we take
You've
out
got to do totally
these.
stealthy and thin the numbers.
Yeah,
Do these two stealthy,
Yeah.
and then we can go round one by one. I think that's the only way we can do
at
it.
least taking one out, we
Yeah.
can see what. If it takes the entire of us, everything we've got to take out one, that tells us there's
Well,
no
also,
point.
if it reacts, if we're here, we can then run back to Charlotte and do plant growth.
Yeah.
And we can try and pick them off. Meanwhile, if you
But
want, I can
admitted-
try and stay out and try and free the snakes.
Yeah, but soon
If we can't take them out, the slaves are going to die. But I don't see we have any other option because we can't do that one because Nathan's going to get there and he can't get back.
No, I can't. Well, probably not. I'm fairly dexterous.
Yeah,
as
but
soon
there's-
as I've...
They'll be all them,
fairly
and
slightly.
then them all probably also going that way. You would effectively be sacrificing yourself.
Mm. Which I'm willing to
yeah, we would.
do. Yeah. Yeah, but when I'm dead, you don't need to get my girlfriend. You might as well just go home.
You might like a strong wedding day.
Sure.
I think we should pick off rather than.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that idea. I think
Yeah.
we should creep round the huts and just
Well,
One by
slit
one.
throats,
Yeah.
Yeah.
all the singletons.
We need to make sure there's sleeves. It's going to be later on, so. But
Well, yeah, but we've got Jinx for that, so we
Yeah, Jinx can sort of do the pre-scout, and if they're asleep, split them. If not, move on to the next one. Keep going round until they're all.
avoiding these two. That's the only thing.
Well, I think we have to probably deal with them first. Yeah.
Okay. But can he see from there what's going on over here?
It looks to be the same level, so probably
Well,
not.
it's
Because you've got the big wall.
Oh, it's lower down, is it?
Well, I don't know
Oh,
if
there's
it's
a wall,
lower down
yeah.
or the same, but it's
There is a wall, as you say.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Are we sneaking?
Throat slitting.
yeah, I think so.
I think we'd have to, won't we?
Sneak up to here, and then just unleash everything on to one when they get to about here, and
Unless we make it like a... Because he's not likely to raise the alarm if he hears a rustle
Well, yeah.
or something.
What
He
about,
may come a little bit closer.
What about we go into that one,
That
we
hut.
sneak into that one,
Yeah.
kill the we
But we could go inside that one, couldn't we?
Yes.
go into there, kill the
I don't know
guy.
which way the
Which way the door is.
Yeah, kill the yak,
door
slit his
is
throat whilst
there.
he's asleep.
door's there
Yeah, but he's in
Not a door in this.
Yeah, we put the door on the end.
on the end.
Yeah. It's,
Okay.
Okay.
Is it beaded like the other?
Is it...
Oh, yeah.
It's just
Not
like
these
there's
beads.
not doors, there's
They're-
beaded
Yeah, so we
curtains.
can't sneak in.
Oh,
So yeah.
beads.
we can't sneak in.
Thwarted by beads.
Well, he's
Good
asleep,
one,
isn't he?
isn't
So he might.
Yeah.
But we
How can I
can't
stop
deal
it?
with that.
Ah.
Beads.
Well, my question was, would he then go in there? If he just hears the beads, he's not going to think anything about it. I would have thought.
Shall we watch him and see what he does? For a little
Well,
while.
presumably we have been.
Presumably we have.
Now
So
it's-
have we...
So
So
my
what
thought
did
was
he
going in,
do?
we kill this one, right? In there,
Yep, yep, yep.
and then you
Uh-huh.
Mate.
make yourself. Can you look like the one we killed?
My disguise self doesn't make me look that tall. I can make an image of the one we just killed.
Yes, you can make an image, and you can beckon him.
Yeah, I
And
could
we
do
can, if we can
that.
beckon him in there,
I could do that.
maybe with a beer, bottle of beer or something like that,
Yeah.
You can try it.
and go, come on, and then we can at least get two out of the way, and then it gives us this entrance, this work to work in.
Yeah.
I just think rather than just standing out and going bang, 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 and him screaming.
Yeah.
I don't like him screaming, I've got to say.
No, so we
I
don't.
could-
I have to try and do this as quietly as possible. So I reckon, get in there, even if we put an invisibility on me, I'll go in there when he's asleep, I'll slit his throat.
I
When you say
can,
slit his throat, you just want to cut his head off.
I can invisibilize 2 people at this
So,
moment.
if we go in,
Yeah.
Well, I can sneak anyway,
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
relatively.
But you,
But if I roll a 1, then I can't sneak.
so we go and do the deal on him. Once he's gone,
Just the
we
2
can
of you,
come in
really.
here.
Just
Well,
the
I
2.
get
I'll get
2
Jinx to
attacks,
go
I'll
with you
get
as well.
poison, I'll get
Well,
sneak
so
attack.
I'll
What's
get Jinx to go with it. That's alright, DM, isn't it, in this case?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. So I'll get Jinx to fly invisibly with you and hold a shocking touch spell. So as soon as you engage, he can shocking touch, and then he can't take reactions out. And then you 2 can wail upon him.
We've
for
got to
a
get him
little
in that room, and maybe if that works,
Yeah.
then we can see if we can come round to this one and do the same thing again.
I can only do. Oh, I can do shocking touch more than once. Because cantrip.
How long does invisibility last?
Not until we do something, I suppose.
the only thing to bear in mind if you use your image, when you hold your reaction for shocking grasp, the image will drop because it uses your concentration
What, for the invisibility?
to hold a spell.
Yeah, it would have blown the invisibility by then anyway. Because
Yeah.
we're going to attack.
Yeah, as soon as.
No, I wasn't thinking for the invisibility. I was thinking about the image to beckon the next
Well,
one.
we won't need the shocking grasp, because that one he'd be asleep. As long as he's asleep,
It might help.
we can dispatch him in his sleep.
If he's asleep, yeah. I guess is it always critical if somebody attacks you when you're asleep?
If you can get there without making a noise and do all the usual stuff, then yes, I will allow you to dispatch. They did it in Walking Dead, and they put a knife through the eye socket.
Yeah.
Okay.
So all we do is just
Bind it up.
through the ear, pencil through the ear.
And
So
so the
that's how I normally.
The thing is, it's when you
With a
because
pencil.
to slit the throat, you then
Yeah.
in the grapple.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, they'll gurgle, but they're still flop
Yeah.
around.
Jinx can go in with you, and he can attack.
We don't
If I
need,
don't,
we won't need that.
No.
So say, well,
I mean, it doesn't even need to be a spell, because if I forgo attack, he can just bite or whatever, or even if he was there
so
to
we need
give you
Jinx. All we want
advantage.
Jinx to do, make sure that the
He's asleep.
guy's asleep.
Okay. Well, he can definitely do that.
So let's leave it another hour and a half.
We can just leave him in there until he goes,
Yeah.
oh, and then
And
sneak round.
Yeah, let's do that then. Oh,
see what's happening next. Have these 2 moved? Just before we move, we'll get Jinx to do the final round on all these buildings and see what's happening. Okay, so we'll leave another hour and a half, so it's about
all the slaves
2
are dead.
o'clock.
Round
Yeah.
of old age.
Most of them are now sleeping. So we fast forward to 2 hours. Most of them are now sleeping. The chief is still kind of relaxing. Looks like he's reading. The other robed Jackfolk female has retired and gone to bed. The other one is still standing there, muttering and praying and doing whatever she's doing. But yeah, most of them have seemed to do it. These 2 have been changed by 2 other guards, and they're but still in the same rotation. So they're just nothing ever happens. They're quite bored, but they have to do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay. So, Jinx comes, kind of perches and peers inside, peers through the beard.
So we're going to try and sneak round down the edge.
Yeah.
So I guess we're all up here,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
making sure
Which
that
we
they
did horribly wrong. Yeah.
You're invisible, don't you know? So I better take that off.
What's the side of those buildings made of?
It's thatch roofs and I think
looks like wood.
Yeah, they say
Reed or
Yeah.
Wattle and daub.
the village buildings are crude single-story hutch, thatch roof, and walls made of piled stones held together with clay.
Oh.
so what's the back here. Obviously, where the
It's like a
the
fence or
cage
something.
is,
Yeah.
It's just an extra fence.
we
It's,
can get over that, and there must be a door, otherwise you can't get into the cage. So I'm assuming there's a door.
Well, there's doors into the buildings.
So
So
if
so
you go-
back doors into that. Imagine that's a garden, which
Yeah.
isn't. It's a
So
slave
that we
pen.
can go over the, quietly go over the fence, through the back door, in and dispatch.
Oh, I would have known.
matey.
I would have known this actually. I could have made more than one. No, it's alright. No, there's two at this level. Sorry. Yeah. So 2 of you are invisible for an
No, we
hour.
don't, so we're doing this invisibly, or we're doing this visibly?
Well, if it's for an hour,
Right, invisibly.
yeah.
So we're going
So
to do that.
Be
It's
cautious.
all plus,
And if
isn't it?
you're going into there, so you've got the dairy. So you've got
How dare
you can,
So we're going
Very
to go
dirty.
quietly in.
Invisible is better because then you won't disturb
Yes,
the
that's the
slave.
other thing, isn't it? So you won't go,
Game
"Oh, wait, get me out of here! Shut up.
In there goes.
So sneaky in.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Mining those beads.
Is there a sleeping cow in there?
there is.
Brilliant.
You've got one Yakaria male in there. He's fast asleep. He's quite grey in terms of like the wool, the wooden hair or whatever.
Oh,
I can
kill an old
relate.
man. Good.
Yeah, he's quite grey.
That's how it's
He's having a big snore.
Quite dead, I mean,
Which one of you's killing him?
I am going to kill him. Even though
Oh,
I am a
man.
paladin.
Kill someone.
But I'm going to do it in a...
Because your
This
invisibility will
way.
still stay up. Your invisibility will still stay up.
Okay, that's good.
So I will dispatch that one.
Apparently, there's a strong smell of cheese. I mean, cheese.
Boy, he has
Oh,
all
dear. That was just me. I do apologise.
Hand sanitizer on the way out.
Yeah. Okay, so if the walls are lined with cheese, you're killing something. I'm just
Better be
filling
wearing
my
one of
bag
those.
with cheese.
Beautiful. Pick up some with cranberry.
Okay, so you basically sneak up and dispatch him.
Yeah. Do you want to go and do that one?
Yes.
Don't suppose there's any plate armour in there, is there?
Light armor right
There's
now.
only one in that one.
Right, you're going to have to roll a stealth.
Yeah.
with advantage.
30.
Okay. As you get closer, you step on something. There's baskets and everything else. He starts to awake, but he's not fully awake. It's not alert or anything.
Jab
Do
through
it.
his eye.
Do it.
Okay, so yeah, you've done him. He's dead.
So where's the next one? Is there one in this building?
No.
No.
Next
It
one.
was just
Next
that
one
one.
round.
Okay, so I'm going to make my way to the next one round.
Okay. Do you want to say hello to the slave in the pen? Or?
Not yet, no.
What can you see about the
You could have a
slave
look
pen
at
as
it,
you
yeah.
walk
Because I'm
past?
still invisible.
Is it an ale elven female who can end this very quickly and we just go?
Well, we found it. Off we go.
Fantastic.
I don't think it's going to be that simple.
Okay. So you make your way around to the next building or
Yeah.
the next building over here?
Wherever the next
That one
car
there.
is. So
Yeah,
that
over
one
there.
But it gives us this
Is-
hair, this size.
Can
That one.
Jinx see if that one's
You
asleep?
could just go in the front, couldn't you?
Is
Three.
that one
Well,
asleep?
maybe not. But whatever.
One down.
Yeah.
Is that one asleep?
Well, we're looking first, aren't we, with Jinx?
Is Jinx in there?
Yeah, Jinx. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Is that
He's
one
asleep. Just one.
I would like to try and dispatch him.
Stealth again.
That's with advantage. Isn't it?
That's not very good.
Do it again then.
Good advantage then.
Oh, I've got advantage.
Yeah.
That's good.
Do I get
That much
advantage?
better.
Did I get advantage as well?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bollocks.
Well, you
17.
didn't need it.
Just a bit shit.
It's only two.
That's fine.
Yeah.
17.
Yep, that's fine. You can up, no worries.
Stealing candy.
And how do you want to dispatch him?
The big kiss and
We
a hug.
approve.
Snuggle up.
As quietly as possible. I'd like to kind of maybe. I'd like to cut his throat, but like you say, that would require a grapple.
You decide.
Carrie, I would
Do it
know
through
how
the
to
eye.
dispatch someone quietly. I
Okay.
would like to do it like that.
Do it through the eye. Do it through the eye.
I haven't killed
suck it.
before.
Okay. So it's quite brutal, but yeah, you line up, lean over his head where his eye is, and you just go. And then
Nice.
peel away, and he's just
Just like the first one.
So I'm not invisible anymore?
So Needle's
Not
invisible.
Not
Not
invisible.
now.
Both visible now.
But with theory, you could do another visibility, couldn't you?
Theoretically, I could. Yes, I can use an action to reclaim that spell slot, so I'd still have 2+.
So do you want to see if you can sneak round back
Jesus.
Jesus. Is he there? Which he's probably a high
He
wisdom.
would be a very good distraction.
Lord, I could make a big Jesus in the middle of it. I could make their forgotten God arrive in the middle of there.
That would also be a good distraction.
Yeah.
And they wouldn't know it's false because they've forgotten what he looks like.
Yeah.
It's at the most opportune moment, and I will try and sneak background.
Okay, so you're
They
waiting
can't
for
see
them
you,
to
can
turn
you?
around.
You're in the darkness. They can't see you.
It's
Just-
dark.
Just to be.
You've still got to roll
Just
stealth,
in
yeah.
case.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
That's 28.
Yeah, that's fine.
Whoa! That's reasonably good.
You're just in the breeze.
Where do
They
you want
don't
to
notice you or hear anything at all. You don't even wake up the slave as you start to approach that area.
Good.
You're staying in.
I'm staying waiting for him to come back. And
Okay, so I go back.
Okay.
be?
No, he doesn't work
Don't
out.
worry.
So
No,
leave
not
the
away.
slave as it is
Leave
for the
them
moment.
alone.
Well, you're assuming it's asleep.
Yeah. So
Okay.
put it back in the house. Yeah, right. So now we could copy this again,
Mhm.
go and get invisible again, and do one of those, two one of those ones, 5,
Yeah, it was the one over there where they
6.
the guards were.
6. That's 2 in there.
Is this the one? There's just one in
Just one over there.
this one. And he's still.
Well, this is working out well, isn't it? So
It is working
the
out
more,
very
the
well.
more of this we can do, the better.
Yeah.
The more it thins it out.
It's as soon as we get to a tour, that's going to be an
Yeah.
issue. And possibly you're going to
How
have
many
to,
times
you're
can
going to
we
have to
do
sneak past him to get back.
Well, we're going to
to
go out the
me.
back and round. Remember, they haven't got night information. It's 10 foot, so that's probably
Yes.
We don't
80
But they
foot
might-
I
away
don't
in the dark.
necessarily know that.
We don't know that, and they might be able to hear us
Yeah.
or hear you. But then they wouldn't necessarily raise the alarm. They'd probably just wander in and
Which
see
would
what
be
the
Then
problem.
we'll
better.
try to
Which
step
would be
on it.
amazing.
Ooh, we could try that.
Or dispatch it.
What draw him in?
We could try and do. We could go around the back, stand there.
Have you got prestidigitation?
I was
or
going to say,
something
someone's
like
got
that?
prestidigitation. Why don't we just throw a?
Can you make the noise of a wild boar in there?
Why?
We could
You
make
could. Could you be a wild boar in there?
You could come out through there.
Could you come?
I could certainly do that.
If they thought there was a boar in there rooting around, they wouldn't
I
call
don't
the
think we
alarm.
want it. Well,
What was
he might-
this one? That was a barn, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Did that have any animals in
The
it?
first one's a hut, next one's a barn.
What about
Because that one had animals in
Because
it.
if they thought that the animal had
There's a
just...
cow in there. Why don't we let
I
the
was
cow
going to
out?
say, there's a cow.
There's a cow.
You could talk to the
Is there a
cow.
cow in the dairy?
Yes, there was a cow in there. Why don't we just like push the cow out through the door and he's going to go what?
Yeah. If the cow goes into there...
Slap its arse.
That's
Off it goes.
That silly old bugger.
You've
Yeah.
got a general description of the barns, which are, it's mostly storage, shovels, pitchforks, hoes, wooden buckets, yokes,
Hose.
Hose.
ploughs that hang
Oh,
from
well.
walls. Shelves hold sacks of seed
Never hose.
waiting to be planted following the spring. So
So
it's mostly
no
storage.
animals.
No cows.
Good. You've got there's a
That's
chicken
a silly
coop.
idea.
Chicken!
Where's that? That one there?
No.
So there's just a cow in there, isn't there? So we can let the cow out and see if we can get him to distract him.
And do what?
Well, it's...
He'll
We don't
come
want,
over.
We
want-
don't want them to go in there because we don't want them to see the.
No.
No,
But
no.
if we can-
They
if we
might
let
get the cow. If we can get the cow
To
if
go
we
in
get the cow
there.
over
Cow
to
to
go
come
over that
anywhere
direction,
over
he'll go
towards
on
here,
afterwards.
He'll
and as he goes
grab
past
the
us,
cow.
we'll
Yeah.
bang him.
Yeah, we want some kind of animal in there which is not ferocious. If there's a dragon, they're going to raise the alarm. But if it's a cow or a boar,
Yeah, a cow.
or the chickens have escaped, then they're
Or a
likely to
little
wonder.
kid.
If you really want, I can wild shape into a boar or a cow,
Yeah.
and
Does it take
it uses a wild shape slot of mine, and then at least I retain my mental stats, so I know what I'm supposed to be doing in this plan.
Do that. Do that.
Yeah.
That you could be a cow. You could walk down. You could moo, wander back, and draw him in.
Wink.
I like it.
Swish that
Give him a wink.
Give him a wink, a little wiggle. Give him a little wiggle as you walk past.
I like it.
Just don't overdo it.
Moo.
And then we'll just make you
Just
feel
get him to come past us.
Don't do that. But
Just get him to come past us and we'll spank him.
I can make a lovely distraction. Okay, so I will wild shape into a cow, When basically I wait for him to go
bear.
past, while I shape into a cow, and then look as if I'm wandering out from the dairy and over towards like the edge of the crops and
No,
munching
go back
on.
that way, so we want to go back
This
so
way?
Going past, that's it. So he comes past the edge of that.
Yeah, so I am currently a cow. I have no idea what stats a cow have. I'm sure it's
Pretty incredible.
loud enough to go moo.
That's fine.
Cow with a shank.
Pretty beefy.
So as the latest Jack bloke walks past his car, he's like, does a double take, sees what's there, hears, ooh. He's done a terrible roll.
He said, she's a pretty one.
And he starts,
No one looks around.
I've got cow stats up for you if you like. Because you
How
can
alluring
charge.
are they?
You can charge if you want.
to wander off and wander towards you.
Well, as soon as he gets level with this, we're going to attack him.
Okay.
Yeah,
Do
and
I get
as a
sneak
cow,
attack?
You get sneak
Do-
attack.
Do I get an attack as a cow?
you do.
We get advantage.
Yeah, if you've got 20 feet of straight
Right.
movement towards the
Perfect.
target, you can get a gore attack, which is 2 dice 6 piercing.
That's
It's
better
not
than
a
it is
cow,
mine.
it's not
It's a
got
cow.
horns.
Some cows have horns.
Udder him.
Yes.
Bludgeoning with udders.
Just
Yeah.
kick him.
Some cows have horns,
Bite him.
as well as
But-
bulls.
So sneak attack.
Oh, fuck me. That is awful. What do I have again?
Your normal attack.
Pardon?
Your normal attack.
What's
so-
normal attack? So that will be a 13. The other
Oh,
one's
did
a
we
natural
roll?
one.
Do we roll initiative here?
Not yet, we're just
Okay.
going to do a sneak attack
I'm,
and then
getting,
we'll...
I'm not getting
we'll
sneak
get in.
attack
Ah.
because that was a 13 and it was shit.
So you jump
So-
out. Ha!
And 13 hits.
Does 13 hit?
13 does
not.
hit.
Whoa!
Well, you do get your sneak attack then.
I thought they were only.
Amazing.
Oh.
This is with my short sword.
They're big buggers, aren't they? That's the thing.
10, 14, 18 points of damage.
Okay, now we can roll initiative.
No, on my attack.
Oh yeah, go on.
Thank you very much. So,
We'll go 13 hits.
but I'm more often critical. But
Well, yeah, so was I, but I got a critical
So-
fail on the other one.
One of them.
I stabbed myself.
10
There's a cow.
and 20 points.
20 points of
The
damage.
first attack. I get 2 attacks. So that's 37. Oh, 20.
Now I've drawn my dagger.
So.
How far can a cow move? Is it 30 foot or 40
Yeah, I
foot?
think so.
20.
I'll roll a distraction for the other one.
30,
You're just running interference,
One
basically.
Hey!
Getting a feel for this, aren't you?
and 12.
That's about more useful I've ever been in combat.
That's not true when you were the warhorse.
52 points
In total,
in total.
52.
No,
So
well,
done.
17.
You take a big chunk out of it. It's looking very ropey. It's still alive. So
Still alive?
It's ropey
It's-
though.
it's still
Ropey,
alive.
isn't
And
it?
69 points.
Yeah.
Blimey.
So,
oh well.
initiative?
It is
Another 10 to
initiative.
go.
What's the dex for a cow?
Dex -1. Strength plus
That's
3.
fine.
Strength plus 3.
My initiative is 0.
How did you manage that?
21.
Natural 1.
14.
Minus 1 for dex.
Oh, because you're a cow.
Whoa! Hello there.
19.
Whatever it is. Oh gosh. Very low. 4. Very low 4.
14.
Here we go.
It's down to you two. Kill it. Natural 20.
Oh yes!
Oh, yes.
Could have used it before, could have really.
Yes.
Don't care.
Oh, so 22.
22. It's another big chunk. It goes down onto one knee, still
I think you
breathing.
might have buffed these up a little bit, my darling.
After your previous, yes.
Down to you then.
So it's going to be even worse then if you give buff him up like that, you bastard.
2 attacks, yeah. Okay.
I had a dream from my deity which told me there's only 60 points.
Okay.
Not 100 points.
She was lying to you.
So 2 attacks.
Deities are fickle like that.
First attack.
The hit points is the average is 60.
Yeah.
If you roll a hit dice.
3.
So you rolled off
It's going to be a miss.
Yeah.
I don't mind as long as we get something at the 40.
I want to get the hit back, that's all.
That's better.
That's better.
16-23.
Yep.
What do I do? 1d6.
Actually, hold it. That was my first attack.
Oh, you got another one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
another one.
another one you
Okay,
can
Sorry, I do apologise. 8 and 6, yeah, it's easy.
You just need 11 to hit.
So 6 and
Only 11?
7 is
11.
13.
Yeah, big, you know.
13.
13.
Yeah,
Shit, so I only just
13 damage.
13 damage.
He's done.
Yes.
How do you want to do it? First kill of the day.
I wanted to do it the first time round. That's how I wanted to do
kill
it.
of the day.
And 60 points.
Or fourth, I've lost track how many we've
I'm
dispatched.
just
No,
going to
only 3.
spin round and slice him
good,
through
though.
his brain stem. Just like
Lovely.
the Nazis used to do.
If you're looking for the brains there.
So drag him out the way.
Drag him out.
Yep.
If only we had a big strong
I
cow,
do
we could
a-
harness it to.
Who's dragging a body? Can you do a strength check?
I'll do it.
Go on then. Strength check.
So
Somebody
I'm
want to
20
assist? Who's
20
strong?
strength, I've got, so-
Who can assist him?
So
Yes, we could.
11.
You
Carry
need
it,
someone
yep.
to assist.
I
You
will
seem to be
assist.
struggling just because it's a giant limp body.
10.
Brilliant.
You pick up like.
Get the cow to drag it, for God's sake.
No, I'm just on the side, just
We
eating
only
some
need to get
games of
down.
grass.
We only need to get down
Yeah,
there.
you need to get around. Yeah, you poke him out. It'll take
Yeah.
another round. In which case, the
I will-
other one is
In
kind of
that case,
close.
I will start moving over this way to
Preparing
lure
for your
the
next one.
Yeah.
So the next one comes.
So let's get him out. Right, let's get back in position.
Let's lob him round there.
Yeah.
It's a honey trap.
I'm
And
using this
I'm just this time sort of wandering over, round out the way. Sort of.
honey trap.
What I really love about this game is no matter how many different things I think that you would do this, because I was thinking, you know, paratroops.
You
all that
didn't
kind of
think
thing.
sexy cow.
I never
Sexy
thought
cow.
Sexy cow. There's gonna be.
Lipstick.
I think that has to go on my list now. So check. No,
And
sexy
there's a
cow.
skill. You got a little wiggle on that. Yeah. Did it?
It's a shake of the hips.
And he's like,
Like the animal Pepe Le Pew.
Come to me, my darling.
she loves me.
Yeah, he's got. He does the same. He's following off just to see what the fuss is all about, really.
Give him a look over your shoulder.
You
Alan.
get sneak
So
attack.
I gradually move into
Yeah,
a similar sort of place as I was before, so everyone can get their attacks
I'll
in
take both
early.
attacks.
Yeah, and do another sneak attack. Yeah.
So I get both. First one will be sneaky, but I'll do my next
This
one.
is amazing.
Oh, that's going to hit because I rolled a 12.
Hilarious.
That's not
Wow.
too bad. 16, 19, 23 points of damage with the first one.
Very nice. Yeah. Very good.
And do I still get advantage for my second attack?
It's the same thing, isn't
Your
it?
second.
So you got-
It's kind of that. So I will say yes.
Okay, I won't get sneak attack for it. I know.
You only get once, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, only on the first
Really?
attack. That also hits because I rolled a natural 19.
Mm-hmm.
Diabetes a bit shit. So 5 points of damage.
5. Yeah. Yep.
Right, I'm gonna. So 9, 14,
Mm-hmm.
15, 23
23 points of damage.
on the first one.
Same as me.
Oh,
Close.
13, 20. And we'll leave it at that for a moment. 47.
was it in total?
71.
71. He's dead.
Yo.
Well done. Just by 1 point.
Nice.
Drag him away. Slowly.
Cloud.
Okay, and no one seems to
Yes.
beat
So,
anyone.
we're 4 down.
Get
kids.
it.
Fall down.
So, we could then do invisibility here.
We could just.
We're clear
do
here
we-
now, aren't
Do we need the invisibility now?
I'd like to kill that
We
one
still
off.
don't
Yeah,
really
but
want
there's
to.
nothing to see
If they're
this down.
asleep, then we
Use
don't
Jinx to
need-
check, and then.
Yeah, I mean, we do what we've done. So if we can do invisibility, see if there's anyone in there.
Oh,
we know there's
Well, Jinx
someone.
can look
Jinx.
at it and see if
Yeah,
it's
so
there.
if there's
If they're asleep,
sleep, one of us can do it.
Carry
we
out
can do two,
with
so we can do
super
that one, and we've got one over here. So we can
And then we
slip
need
it.
to deal with them, and then
Yeah.
maybe if we
Then
can
we
cut
can break the bridge.
cut the bridge,
Exactly.
and I will stay as a cow.
Because you're
doing very well.
In case there's a problem, I will hang
Oh
around.
yeah, because you can just like oh, it's a cat.
I
Can't
will.
believe
Yeah.
it's a combat
I
movie.
will wait by the entrance over there. It's just sort of
combat cow.
combat cow.
Recon cat. First recon.
A recow.
First daring recon.
Yeah, just acts as a bit of a distraction, sort of wandering around.
Clunk, clunk, clunk.
With a shank. Cow with a shank.
With a knife in its mouth.
And if anybody comes, I'm just going to make my way over there.
Sexily.
Wonder.
Sexily.
Yeah.
Do a sexy
Shaking
little
your-
march.
Shaking your hips.
So, jiggling your udders.
It's
No,
fine.
let's get
It's
to-
fine. It lasts for 3 hours. I'm getting all that I can out of
Let's
this.
get Jinx to check these buildings here now. So, what
Max
we got
cow.
left. So we're clear. We've got clear of the 2 guards.
Yeah. Right, okay. Do you want to start with this one then?
Yeah, start with the one closest to us.
Okay. So again, Jinx will flutter in and see if everybody's asleep. This one first of all.
There's only one in them.
Yeah.
There's 2 in that one.
Two?
So in the round one, there's 2. They're both asleep.
You can coordinate, I'm sure.
Yeah, you'd have to do a doofer.
We're not on my head.
A doofer twofer. Twofer
Two full
doofer.
doofers. So right, so come round and
Yeah,
You got 2 in that one as well.
so 2.
Are they asleep
Oh,
in
you
that
got
one, or are
that.
they awake from that?
And
Ah, Jinx.
they're all asleep now. 2, 2, 2,
And
and
then
1.
Okay.
so 2, 4, 6, 7.
So in that, so
Shall we
the
do
round
the-
one at the top,
Shall we do the
Yeah,
one
2.
first?
but in the barn there's 1.
Oh, there's one in there.
Ah.
Okay.
So 2 in there.
Shall we do the one first?
And I'll put that there because I'm not going to be doing any combat for a bit. So I'll use my dice
What do
for
you
the.
mean?
I don't need to roll to be a sexy cow. I just
No.
am one.
But you
It's a
could-
state of mind.
You've got 2 in there. You've got 2 in there.
And then one in the one at the head.
And then we've got
You
one in
sexy cow.
one in there. Yep.
Yep.
Brilliant.
So 2,
And was
4,
that
6,
was that
7.
one had none in there?
And then everyone's asleep.
dead.
That's the one.
Oh, that was
done.
dead. Well, yeah,
Yeah, we've done that
you've,
one,
you've done that one. But
Everyone's
there's
asleep.
3 in there.
Apart from probably in there.
Yeah.
So we still need to
Yeah, we'll
be
leave that.
sneak.
Just don't be a noisy cow.
No. I'm just going to wait. Then if I see anybody coming out of here,
You can move. So
Then-
how
then
many
I
times
will
can you
just-
use get invisibility on us?
you've
One,
got
2, 1 more. 1 more.
Because we only done it
One more
once.
for 2 people.
No, I did it twice.
Although
No.
because they're asleep,
Come on.
you could
You
just.
came over here, you attacked,
Yeah, once.
then it went, but then you...
We weren't invisible at that point.
Okay, well in that
You-
case, twice more.
Could you just sneak in there and do it without the
Well, if they're
invisibility?
asleep,
Well, that's
there's
the
nobody
idea.
to
Yeah.
see you at this stage.
No,
We're
I think
avoiding
we
the
need to
guards.
just take out
we
him
don't
first.
need to be
Yeah, take
invisible.
a
Yeah.
single out.
And
Send
then take
send
out
in
two.
the
Yeah.
sneakiest of the sneaks.
Yeah.
Who would
Carry
that
out.
I'd kill off all the singles first.
Yeah.
be? Or both. isn't it?
So I'm going to come and do this single then.
Okay. You've got to sneak all the way over there. You still don't want to
We'd
wake
have to.
everyone up.
Well, we're not too bad, but yes, I will do my utmost to sneak into it.
In which case I will try this one.
12.
That's
We don't
pretty
watch
pathetic.
them, so it's just.
There's no one watching. It's not the quietest you've ever done, but nothing's.
I guess
Um,
Drover will be over here.
But I do
for
go
that one
past
when
the cow.
Ready and waiting.
You go past the cow.
The jumping down.
Little slap on the backside, cheeky, as he goes.
But yeah,
So,
no,
if you're not doing anything later.
Nothing
Not you
appears
two.
to be.
I
I
think
don't know, you just...
she's
Tell me about you.
She's got a lot of company waiting for her.
It's mine. Just don't get the wrong idea when she lifts the tail.
So we sneak in?
Yeah.
I'm sneaking.
You're fine. You're fine.
Do I need to roll to sneak or am I good?
Everyone's asleep. You heard him walk around. He's
Okay. That's
Clumpy
fine.
lump.
So, dispatch.
Yeah,
That one's gone.
dispatch.
Yep.
And then I guess you
Sneak.
drove
Come back and
through
give me a hand.
Cariad on that one.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
We roll stealth again.
11.
15.
You're fine.
I'm going to come out and
Picked it up
stand
again.
Oh.
Honestly.
to the side of the
Your
door.
footwork is a bit clumsy. You
These new
start
boots.
knocking over some pots.
Crap.
I'll let you dispatch yours,
Okay.
and then there's a sudden panic. Go,
He's waking up.
he's waking up.
I want to.
You'll have
So-
advantage, Mark, in this first.
Yep.
And probably critical, wouldn't
You kind of get a surprise attack. He's not alert. It wasn't like he clattered and
Yeah.
he's woke up. He's been disturbed in his sleep, so he's slowly waking up. Plus, he might think it's the other guy anyway.
Okay.
So what do you want to do?
Stabby.
I suppose. Is there any chance for just stick him in the eye?
You can roll for it.
Yep.
Just roll a 20.
you? Roll a 20.
Roll a 20. Just
Roll a 20 because.
Just roll a 20, Mark.
Okay. 20. 7.
Oh, not 20.
It's
27.
You've done a clumsy stab. So, what weapon do you want to be using? Are you using a dagger or are you using a sword?
It would have been a dagger to try and put his
Or an
eye
arrow?
out. No, not an arrow. Dagger.
A dagger?
Dagger,
So it's a
yeah.
clumsy attack, and you've just cut down his face. So now he's up.
Can I go in and attack as well?
Yep. I'll let you do a surprise attack because he's not where you're there.
And,
Is that all I can
that's
do?
a natural 15.
At the moment,
So
yeah.
that
That's
would
all you
be-
said you were going to do.
Well, that's what I was trying to do, isn't it?
10, 14, 18 points of damage.
Yeah.
And can I go in with my dagger as well? Or would that be too much?
No, you can do it. Yeah.
Go! That will hit.
Down to 1.
Yeah.
That's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Oh dear.
He doesn't have armour on, hopefully.
He's got. They just have. They sleep in their
Natural
leather
armour.
armour.
As you do.
As you do. No.
Like one
He's
does.
down to. His armor class will be 9. He's
Okay.
not wearing anything.
And he's got no weapon either.
He's going to pick that up now.
Six next to Can't attack.
Right, so you two can roll initiative.
Because you sleep with
you.
your
I
weapon.
can opportunity attack me.
Ooh, I rolled a 2.
Oh, good, I might beat it. Yes, I
Good,
did.
I should beat it.
19.
Plus them.
Hmm?
16.
So plus you.
I'll split out me bits, I don't need me bits.
There we go. Okay, Drover.
Okay,
You're up here.
now what should we do? Okay, so I can drop the dagger and draw my sword. So,
Yep.
presumably.
He's getting up. He's already had Ruby sort of jump at him, so he's
Okay.
picked up his sword. He's ready to go.
Alright, so that's.
They use great swords.
Not great.
Well, my sword's pretty good. Okay, so first attack. Gee, natural 20. Yeah.
Nice.
Finally!
Thank you.
That's what we're talking about.
Nice.
Yeah, boy. Okay, so that's 1, 8. 2 plus 4.
You get plus for being Beastmaster.
I do. It's the 8-sided die. So that's 4 and 4 and 5 is 13.
Plus times 2, 26.
26, yeah. Second sword.
Well, that's his first attack, wasn't it?
Fucking
That's
miss.
4.
Mm-hmm.
You get 4 attacks.
Only 3, I think, actually. I'll do that in a minute. 2 and 7 is 9. Is that going to be a hit?
No, you need 11 to hit.
What was his arm was 9.
Damage?
His arm was
If he
9.
doesn't have any armor on.
Yeah, so, yep, you're quite right. His arm is 9.
Right. 3 and 3 and 5. So that's another 11.
Sneak attack. Will I get him?
So that's 24.
Is it just, I guess,
No, you're
In total, or is that
next door to.
That's so far.
That's the first.
So far in total.
an hour?
20?
24 from the 2 hits.
Yeah.
Right, so now I get at least one more attack, but I think
You can't have two-handed and one.
two-handed is the bonus action, so I've just done
Yes.
that. So my second attack is just one sword. And that's jammed.
Oh,
16.
that's good enough.
23. Thank you. 8 and 5 is 13, so it's 37 altogether.
37.
Altogether for me.
So
Yeah.
the second
My
attack.
3
so-
attacks, total 37.
Right, and you go back.
Oh, sorry.
Right, go back. Right, okie dokie. Still standing? Ruby.
He's still staying there.
That's not where I want it to be. That'll hit because that's 17. 12, 14, 15, 19 points of damage on the first one.
Yeah, looking pretty ropey.
Yeah, but 6 points of damage with the second.
Still standing.
Damn it.
He's go. Right, because you're bigger. You hit him first.
Bigger
Work him up.
Stupider, yeah.
He draws out his sword and he gets 2 attacks.
2 attacks.
Right. He gets plus 60. Oh, that was a 19 and it rolled to a 3. 9.
Not good enough, 15.
And second attack. That was a 20 and it rolled to a 5.
Still not good
No,
enough.
it's still not good enough. So he's missed. That's it. That's what he can do.
Finish him off.
Finish him.
No, I think we're the Wolverine.
Yeah, that's fair enough. You know,
I've had enough now.
we've all had our fun.
Drover, you're up.
Surrender.
Okay.
We'll surrender.
Somebody's going to have an eye out in a minute.
Okay.
I want to see the cow with the shank. There we go.
At some point, Tushar just comes
First
running.
attack. 14, 21.
Points it.
What was her name from Magic Roundabout? Gertrude.
Ermintrude, oh yeah.
Did you get a flower?
I haven't got a flower or a hat.
Okay, so that's a hit.
Shot flower.
Doing
You can
six-
knock people prone with your charge.
16, that one.
It's basically the warhorse
Okay,
thing.
how do you want to do it?
It is.
He's down.
Is he done?
How do you want to do it?
Rip up into his guts and just spill them all over the floor.
Okay. Ruby, unfortunately, she was standing right there.
It's like a bucket.
Is now Ruby.
Really splash.
Just gets covered in yak blood,
I just
unfortunately.
look at you and go, why do I always end up covered in something?
You do look so good in red.
Swear at you in Dwarvish and don't storm out because I'm trying to sneak. Try and sneak storm out.
We're never so sorry.
Quiet story.
Be careful.
So,
So,
That's fine.
I guess the pair of you are going on to the next one,
Mop
aren't
her
you?
down with a bit of something.
With maybe a Hainel following behind.
Perhaps I'll just go and hide in the cornfield now.
I guess you're all probably going to be up that way so you can see through and get Jinx to come back as well.
Mm.
would you want to start moving around?
Well, let's
Then we
just
can
keep
take
an
the
eye.
bridge out.
What's the story on the? Put Jinx into the main hall and see what's happening. Is there any action? No, we don't have disturbed them.
See anything? Any movement?
Goes back in and you notice that the chief is still sitting there reading.
No, no.
You can't quite see what he's reading. It's a big tome or
Okay.
something.
Do
Yeah.
The female,
that.
Icaria, is still standing there, palms on these two figures that are still strapped to, unconsciously strapped to these beds. The other one is up by the crucified person though. seems to be putting their head up and just snapping them and just letting them hang down.
Did you see?
Yeah.
Did I see what that person looked like when you lifted the head up?
Not a good description. They're pretty black and blue.
She's not drowned.
Yeah. She's pale skinned. Other than that, you can't quite tell.
Fair enough. Okay. It's bound to be ours. It's bound to be ours. Okay. So that there's no movement from there. Okay. Not that I can possibly tell you that, because my telepathy only works for 30 feet. So I can either shout it to you, or just go.
Just give us a thumbs up.
Yeah.
So which one are you going to do first? This one or this one?
Guess do the one that's closer towards the hut, and then the main hut, then onto. I guess the three of you are all kind of close by, so you can all kind of.
You can do it a 3.
3 for.
3 for 1 special.
All stab.
Or perhaps not in my case.
So we're going to sneak in which one? We're going to try that one first?
Sneak in that one, and then.
If it helps, I can attack through Jing. So
I think
two
we're okay.
people.
I think we're okay.
Because I can get 2 die 8 and they can't do reactions.
Let's see what I do this time. You can do that.
See how all your sneaking goes, and.
Yeah.
Ooh, 21.
19.
Pass. Yeah.
17.
Pass.
So,
There's 3 of you in there. There's 2 yaks
not for long this.
sleeping.
2 dead yaks.
You're still covered in blood.
I just look at you and go, that's it, well.
Yeah. Quite straightforward.
Right. Last one.
Stab.
Mm.
So, yes, because we're going to. I wonder, can you know what these gates are like?
They look
like this,
like
big wooden
wooden things. So I guess
Tall wooden gates.
The double doors they're made of thick iron-bound oak. The doors are barred shut. Obviously on your side, on the inside.
Oh, good. So they're not going to be able to get in there anyway.
Especially
Well,
if
I think that's strong.
I can set fire to
You've got the
you.
guards or someone else would open the door.
You set fire to yaks.
Do much.
Yes, I can set fire to lots of things. Yes, I can set fire to
Um,
the doors.
Yeah, they're certainly too strong to be broken in.
I forgot again.
But at the same time,
What?
I've got an inspiration point. I think to bother.
gotta remember these things.
Never mind.
And then
Dang,
I've
damn
got
it.
an inspiration point.
No, I haven't.
you've got
Don't seem
but
to be
you-
inspiration
you-
for killing things.
it's barred by a heavy piece of iron.
So we say, I just say we don't need a protection, so we've got nothing worrying.
You're gonna have a struggle lifting it if you need to.
You just focused on the job at hand.
Yeah.
Right, so next one.
Yeah, next one.
Sneak.
Same again with 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All 3 roll your stealth.
Chance. Ooh, 22.
17.
Ooh, 17 and
22.
22.
you're in again.
Way. This is turning out to be rather more straightforward than
Right, let's get everyone together in one of these
Pretty
huts.
exciting.
We're going to sneak back into here,
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in there as well, maybe.
I will
Yeah.
and we're going to
drop cow shape.
and put Jinx in here on.
That list of animals. It's like, we never had cow.
No,
we never had cow.
I didn't even
Jinx
think
is going
about
to
it.
keep a watch out on there, and
Yeah.
we're going to plan.
So we're in here.
I'm going to go for
Jinx is basically in there, so I can drop in and out of her sight every now and again just to check.
Oh, I think so. I think I might have just arrived.
Oh no, that's.
Oh, no.
Is that
might
different
be his. Teresa ordered his own.
How big is that gong? Out of interest. That was in that making. Is it
Yeah.
big thing?
Let's say a big gong thing.
I'm less worried now about them ringing
Oh,
the
I'm
gong
still-
because we would have to engage them all anyway.
I just don't
and
know if
they
they
have
might
to get across from
bring
here.
some. I don't know if the fire giants keep somebody up here permanently. The gong might
I
alert.
don't think they. Well, I don't.
That's my only concern with that.
They went, I don't think they were at the beck and call of the fire giants. From what I can imagine, I think it was just a trading situation.
Is the floors dirt?
Yes.
Can you make like foot cuffs?
What?
Can you make foot cuffs?
No.
Oh.
But if if it happens to be, I could always just move the 5 foot of earth below the gong above the gong, and then it'll fall down.
Yeah, you remove it. But it might make.
It would make some noise, but it wouldn't be as loud as if it got hit.
Yeah, well, yeah, you take the earth away and then sort of move it and then bury it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you envelop the gong in a?
No. Well, no, because it's. I don't know if it's meant to be just like instant teleport, which is kind of how I think it is. It's
One
it's just like
it just gets because it was just the way it said shape. You see, it's the impression of moulding.
Yeah.
That's when I was Varlo. That's how I imagined it, kind of like like clay being able to mould and sculpt it. But I suppose there's no way that we're going to be able to get it, and even if he does ring the bell, it's going to take a long time.
Incidentally, if we release all these slaves and bring them up here, what's the chance by the time we've dealt with that and returned, our griffins haven't eaten them all?
I'm sure they won't eat them all.
Trained, aren't you?
No.
Oh, yeah, lucky.
So what are we doing now? Why are we...
I think we're having a quick plan before we charge in and...
Right.
Yeah, I think it's just a case of... who do we think is the most dangerous? Probably if we think the women spellcasters...
Yes.
To me, they're the dangerous ones.
I think so, the wifey one particularly.
So you just sort of focus all on one, and then on the next.
You almost want to try and take out the one that's
doing the laying on of hoofs. Yeah.
Well, I think the one I can I roll an Arcana check to see if I have an idea what that might be, because I think I know what that might be outside of it. It's just whether or not.
No, you don't.
No, 6. No, I have no idea.
Right. Okay. So yes, I think we ought to attack one of them, but somebody ought to be keeping the other one's head down, if you like.
Yeah.
Shooting arrows at it or something.
Yeah. Well, it's going to do something. It's just I don't want to say what it is, what I think is happening.
But something's happening.
But something's happening there, and that's fine.
Well, they enslave people, don't they?
Yeah, they
take over their minds or something.
They jump inside their bodies.
It's just the fact that they've been there a while leads me to think something. So,
okay.
I think we just work our way around on all of them. Just go the 2 spellcasters, take down the other one first, then the one who's kneeling down, and then War Chief at the end.
Okay.
Take out the minions first, because I'm assuming he's going to have a lot more hit points, and it's probably going to be physical attacks, but I can kind of look after the physical attacks.
Right. So, do we want to break the bridge at this point, or?
I think the thing is, I will take care of the gong, so the gong isn't going to ring.
Okay.
That will be my first turn.
All right.
I'll move the earth and let that bury it.
So these guys.
So they're not
just
necessarily
remain
going
in
to know.
blissful ignorance, can't they?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's not do anything to attract attention, then, maybe.
So just don't set the main place on fire.
Yeah. Once we enter combat, I'll get Jinx to come onto the outside and look to see if anybody else is coming.
Well, that's,
just
a good idea. That's a really good idea. If he sort of
Yep.
hangs around by this gate, he can tell if someone's...
True.
Yeah, and then I'll keep flicking backwards and forwards. It's just a blink of an eye, backwards and
True.
forwards consciousness. And then if we do know somebody's coming...
I'm feeling a bit guilty. Can I try and mop Carrier down a bit?
Don't worry.
It's just guts. So it is.
That worse.
And if you really want a nice distraction as we enter there, I can always wild shape once more into a cow.
Stop it. What was that film? Was it All of Me or something? Where the woman got changed into a horse and decided she liked it.
And what's not to like? You've got really good stats as a cow.
I would do, because I don't know what the strength, dex, and the constitution are, but I'm assuming they're probably better than 6, 14, and 12.
16, 8, and 14.
Yep, so they're all better, and I know I've got 10 intelligence, 16 wisdom, and 18 wisdom, and 16 charisma.
Oh yeah, so you're
No
all.
wonder you're such a sexy cow.
Moo.
Oh, it's a 40-foot speed.
Oh, it's 40 foot, is it?
Yeah,
I get some real speed up.
absolutely. And if you use 20 of that in a straight line, you get a ram attack, which is +5 to hit, 1d6 +3 bludgeoning damage. And if the target is a creature, it must succeed a DC 13 strength saving throw and be knocked prone. There you go. And then you can use your hooves to bludgeon it.
That's fine.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
I don't think
Sorry, kids.
Right.
So, what we planned?
Oh, we've killed them all.
Oh,
yes. Alan killed them all as a cow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon I should just wander in there.
I've got a
Serenade them.
No, I've got a finished plan.
Have you?
So you've got your phantasmal thing.
Not anymore.
Oh, you haven't got that anymore.
No, I've got major image now. When I leveled up, I changed that spell out.
What no, the thing you said that you.
Oh yeah, I've got my major. I've got illusion. I can
What's the
just
thing that you said the swirling lights and all that?
Oh, my hypnotic. Yeah, hypnotic.
Yeah, we do. Actually, that's probably the best thing. You literally in there.
Yeah,
well,
use that.
Where's the main entrance?
but you don't. If you're going in, I'd have to be very careful where I placed
Is
it.
it south?
So if we stood either side, if a couple of us were either side of the main entrance, and you moved.
Food!
No, I think it's probably best actually if we just go straight in there and Nathan hypnotic
I'm
patterns
just
it.
thinking if we can get him out.
Because I think we need to stun. Well, if we, because that would stun them.
Yeah, I think that's...
If they
Yeah, but
fail
what
the
we do,
kill.
if he does that, we can't go in to kill him
Yeah,
because
but-
we'll get hypnotic, can't we?
Yeah, you can go in afterwards.
All right, it goes off, does it?
Yeah,
Like
it goes
like a
off and then
stun
it's,
grenade.
they've got 10
right,
rounds
so
of being
it's not like
stunned.
a permanent.
No, no.
Yeah.
it's-
No, it's a boom,
And then
Oh.
10 rounds of stun.
a flashbang, but
Yeah, exactly.
And then if we do that, I can quietly bury the gong.
Well, don't need to worry about the gun anymore.
Well, no, for that.
because they can't get in anyway because we're barred.
Yeah, but
Well,
I'm
they're big and
thinking,
strong, I wouldn't-
I'm thinking for those slaves.
Yeah, but
yeah. Oh, good point, yes.
So
Yes,
bury,
because we do
bury
want
the
to look after
gong.
them. Alright.
And there's something in my head that says that tell me that fire giants are coming.
Yep.
Then they shouldn't put the.
Yeah.
I mean,
We don't-
let's not beat about the bush. This is a day.
So
So we're not going down there. We're not going down there. Where are we going?
makes sense. We're going to have to go in there.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess
No, I think
hypnotic
that's
pattern
the thing,
first,
isn't it?
and then
Yeah.
we'll
Have
charge,
at them.
try and take out the spellcasters or the person, whoever isn't stunned really, because
Yeah.
hypnotic pattern will hopefully stun at least one or two.
Well, I'll use my abjure enemy on anyone that hopefully doesn't.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I think we've got a plan.
Yeah. I think so. Oh, hello. And here we go.
Do you want to go? Do you want to go invisible and do it?
Do you have to go in? Can you just like pop your head in?
Yeah, because we don't know how far back it's going to go.
Okay.
But
I don't know
that
if
would,
I don't know if I
Where are
could
they?
see through Jinx's eyes to work out where I could place my pattern.
Where are
It
they?
doesn't say that I can.
In there, David.
It doesn't say that I have to be able to
if
see. It
you're
says
coming through
within
the front
range.
door, you've got the dining table on the left.
Do you want to put 3 dice in there and show us
I'll
where
use
they
that
are?
one. I won't use that, I'll use that
show
one.
you. Yeah.
Cheers.
Ah,
Oh, we got
Ta-dum.
Yeah, but they're a little bit big, aren't they?
That's right. So he's probably up that top corner. This is the one nearest the door. She's got the 2 people tied up. At the right, the back over here is she's
So what's
playing with a crucified
the
one.
radius of your.
Oh, it's 30. It's a 30-foot cube. So I'd
So-
probably get these two, but not that gentleman there.
Well, Get them, they're the more dangerous.
Yeah.
In the short term, yeah, absolutely.
Just
Yeah.
So if you can get those two,
Okay. Yep.
if one saves, I'll try and abjure them, and then we fight him.
Okay. So, are we heading across?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay then.
Nathan at the front, and
Absolutely.
The
we're
entrance, the entrance is
slow
this
just
way.
behind.
I thought it was
entrance
here.
is south.
Oh, is it?
Oh,
Okay.
south.
Nobody's dead anyway, aren't they? Let's be
Yeah.
honest. Look at him sneaking then.
Somebody must paint that.
I'll go second.
So it's a
Okay.
big door, so presumably you could...
Yeah, you can fit in. It is beaded.
Oh, of course it is, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a big entrance. Yeah.
So, in that case, are we ready?
Yeah.
Deep breath.
Let's do it, kids.
So,
Okay.
In for a penny, in for a pound.
so you'll need to go first in order to do your abjuration. I guess.
Second.
Second,
And
sorry,
I do
then.
have
And I'll come
my
in with you.
goddess's boon to slow
Yeah.
as
You
well.
do?
Well, that can always be an emergency
Save that
type
for the
thing.
giant. So.
Yeah, I think that one might be a giant thing.
I don't know that we'll get to giants, if I'm honest with you. But there we go. So, in that case, I'll step close to the door so I can just see, feasibly close anyway, so I can see inside, and then I instantly move my fingers through the air and create the swirling pattern which mimics the tattooed shape which spirals across the skin of my goddess.
Yeah. Is it a saving throw or
It is a wisdom saving throw of 15.
is it going to hit all of them or just the females?
It will just hit the females,
Okay.
sadly.
And it's a wisdom.
It is.
Which wisdom was it?
15.
That one failed. That one failed as well. So how long does it last for?
It lasts, it lasts for a whole minute.
Okay, so that's 10 rounds.
Yeah, or until somebody spends their action waking them up.
Me, I'll do that.
Yeah. And of course, he will have seen that go.
And I guess we're all rushing to him.
So now we'll roll
Are
initiative.
we holding until you've done your abjure?
I think,
Well,
we'll,
can I
I
see-
think we will just go and.
Yeah. I mean, I can do my abjure thing if you want.
Ooh, I actually got initiative now.
Can I do my abjure?
Good, yeah.
Good enough.
Good. Right, so
21.
I need to get it within 60 foot of it, which is probably
Which I think we
doable. So I'll just go up to gate to door, as the same thing, same time, and abjure, and same throw 15 wisdom.
Different stats. Hold on. What's he need?
15.
Just 15.
Oh, it's worth trying.
So he passes.
Can you do your
That
total?
would have been good.
I will do.
Right, let's go for it then.
I need a
So
short.
initiative, yeah?
I need a short rest before those giants turn up.
21.
No giants.
18.
14.
11.
Whoop.
I can do worse than that. I got a 6.
What did you get?
40.
Right, here you go. Boom.
Right. So we've got 10 rounds. What are we going to do with them? Can we bind them or something like that?
We need them until hopefully we can get through Chappie first, and then
And then maybe.
Can we gag them so they can't
Yeah.
spell or anything?
I can counterspell once.
yeah. But
Just one.
I don't know what sort of spells they've got. So I'd
Right.
imagine potent ones.
So
Oh, and while I'm looking around the room, is anything magic?
so you're there, I'm there.
I thought you'd have had other things on your mind.
Let's go. So,
Cool. I'm going to Eldritch Blast Your Royal Highness there.
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
I'm not going to Hex because that's my last spell slot.
Yeah,
so.
and that would also take away your concentration.
Yeah.
Pattern.
And I don't want to do that.
No.
So this is a cantrip, is it?
Yes,
Eldritch
yeah.
Blast is, yeah. That's 3 for that one. And that's 17, 18, 19, 23 to hit. So one misses, and I guess at 23 the other one hits.
Yes.
oh, do you go to as you go up in level as
Yeah,
opposed to
exactly.
doing extra damage?
Yeah.
Mm.
And it is that one. 9, 10, 11, 12 points.
12 points of damage.
Yeah.
In total.
Yeah.
Is he dead?
He
He
must
goes, oh
fail.
my knee!
No, close at all.
That really hurts.
So how far away am I from him? Is that the ball?
We can let him come to us.
True.
I think he might go to the princess.
You're at
Yeah,
least
no, you
50
wanna-
away.
Sorry?
You're at least 50 away.
50. Okay,
At
so
least.
that's not great. In which
You
case,
could dash using your bonus.
true.
Engage.
I'll dash. Engage. Is he the only
Oh,
person,
you're
only creature within 5 foot of me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
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 And I get sneak attack damage. If I hit him.
Swashbuckler.
Which I don't, because I rolled a 9. So he's going to hit me.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When it's his go.
You charge it in. Oh.
Yes. Can I charge in and attack? You can't dash and attack, can you?
You
No.
can't. You can't double move and attack. No.
But you could dash in and then he might hit you instead.
Dash in and see if he can hit me instead.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
Human shield.
going to dash in and just like make a lot of noise and.
Meat shield.
Take
To make the female Yukari wake up or be, can it be dispelled or anything, or is it just 10 rounds?
It's just.
Can it be cancelled out?
No, that's right. There are no saving throws on
Or
it.
it's just done.
It's just done. Yeah.
Done.
No saving
No
throws.
saving
It's
throws.
an action
throw
to
per round.
wake them up. No.
Yeah. He can run across and wake, but that takes his action. But no, that's it. They're enjoying my patterns. Yes.
Tishana's going to move into the room, and wherever the gong is, she's going to move it up underneath it. So, yeah.
So it's gone. Full.
So it basically falls down.
The
to-
gone be gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's your action used up.
And I will just move outside the way of the door, basically.
Be there.
That's me done.
One of these days, I'm coming.
Right. Chief is going to. He laughs at your petty attempt,
Well, to be fair.
and he's got pulls out his
Great big sword.
his great sword,
You're just compensating.
and then
Honestly.
Small
it
yak
flames
syndrome.
up.
It just
Yeah,
flames
you're
up.
Turns into a
really
flame
just-
blade.
He's got a flame.
He's got a flaming sword.
See
But
something
then
about
barrels past over to the females.
that. Do we get opportunity attack?
You do, and he tries to wake them up.
You get opportunity attack as well.
Yeah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. 12.
Anybody sent
We're 12 to
stop
attack
them?
hits.
Is it?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, fine. 7 points of damage.
Heavy spinning.
Can I knock him down as he tries to go past?
You can try to be a strength check.
Yeah.
You can try.
16.
I will try and oppose. 18.
Oh.
Nice try.
Yeah, 18.
Balls.
So no. You try and shoulder him and you just kind of almost bounce off each other, but he carries on going past. He runs over to him and so what, does he have to do anything or can he just
He spends his action waking. He can do anything. He can basically. He has to shake them awake.
Yeah.
So he can only shake
What's his
one.
speed?
One awake.
Yeah.
What's his speed?
30.
So he won't make it.
10, 20, 10
No, he won't, because if
He
he
won't.
was
No,
30,
he
then he'd
dashed.
have been in the spell.
Well, you can't do an action
Then
then.
you can't.
No, you can't do an action, but he's over there.
Yeah.
So, okay, where
Just
do you want to
covering
go?
it.
So he's over there. Yeah.
Which where?
He
just in
didn't
front of him.
act. He didn't attack us.
Like
He's
that?
heading towards him.
Yeah.
No.
Dirty
You're
pool.
over.
Okay, so I will cast this Zephyr Strike spell upon myself to double my movement,
Mm-hmm.
so I can get in and hit him. So just
You're running straight up to him.
absolutely.
Okay.
Well, try and come around behind him a bit, I suppose.
Yeah.
That would be nice. So just the 2 attacks. One is 16.
Mm-hmm. 16 years.
Okay. So. Do. I'll do that in a minute. So that's 13. And I'll use it now. So the spell also gives me the ability to have advantage on one weapon attack.
Okay.
Just the one. So
Is
that's
there
this
anything
one.
you can do, Alan, to stop him getting across there?
So that's a hit anyway.
Stop him from waiting.
But I get an extra D8
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Can you shape a big hole in the floor in front of them or something?
Depends on how much room there is in front. Maybe.
Build a wall.
Hmm?
Build a wall.
So that's 8 and 6 and 5 is 19.
There.
So, how much was
There's
the
a
first
bear
attack?
there.
What did you do in total?
First attack was
14.
14, yeah, so that's 20, 33.
Okay.
That was impressive.
That's a good one. Okay, that's a good attack. Doesn't like it.
Good attack.
They don't like
How
it.
much did you do, Marcus?
33. Yeah, great cow.
How much space is there in the gap between the chief and the lady he seems to be heading for?
Not much at all. He's gonna wake her up next round.
Is there more than 5? Is there 5 feet? 10 feet?
Yeah, I say 5 feet.
Because I could create a bonfire in that 5 feet.
That might wake her up as well.
Well, he'd have to go
He's gonna wake
through it.
And we are gonna pause there because
Oh.
food's here.
Man, not hungry.